Uh, I think I got it all sorted out. Hello, Mona and Barbara and Mina. I'm
Hi,
glad you guys are
ladies.
here.
Good to see you.
Um, let's see. I I think I got everything down in the description box like I was supposed to. So, uh, one thing, if this does have an issue today, just hang out and I will go get the computer and switch everything around. Okay?
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna fight with it because it was definitely not gonna let me do anything the other day when
Yeah.
Sunday when we had to crash. Now there was two things I would start to tell you is that first off, it was hot in here. Um, but then we were also using the heat tool. So I don't know if that, you know, because I'm using my phone and it's right there above me
Yeah.
and the lights are hot, but I hadn't had any trouble until all of that. So I don't know. I just don't know. Um
I
I
am
have
doing better, Barbara. I still have a headache, but it's not like last night. Last night it was like I have the headache and I just don't feel like trying to pretend I feel okay and going on and streaming. I'm just gonna admit I feel bad and be a bum. So
I'm just done. I can't do it.
I'm
Uh-huh.
done.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I can do.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad you feel a little better today.
I am too. Hi, Nettie.
Hi, Nettie. I think I said hello to everybody else, but I think so. I wouldn't want to guarantee anything. So
Yeah, it's better not to.
yeah.
Hi, if we didn't say hi to you, hi. We're glad you're here.
Hi, we're glad you're here. Yeah. I wanted to show you something. Show everybody something. One of the things I'm going to use today is some really thin wire. Okay, this is really thin copper wire. You can buy it at pretty much any craft store, including Joann's. You see this? My son took these out of um, computer monitors or TVs. I don't remember what he took it out of. I think computer monitors for me. There's some kind of something that TVs or monitors or something used to have in them. Okay. And I have some that are red, but I didn't find them right off the top. These ones are copper colored. The red ones are copper wire, but they're red. But they look like a little solid puck of stuff. And all you have to do is just pull this wire and it like unattaches itself.
Well, how cool is that?
So, that's one reason why having stuff in the landfill is not always good. But that's if I run out of this little spool, I've got these. So,
Well, I thought I had a spool, like your regular spool from the craft store,
hmm
but I can't find it. So Hannah must have borrowed it. She's done a lot more jewelry stuff than I have, so I wouldn't be surprised
hmm
if she used it. But I did find this green,
well, that works.
and it's fairly small. And then I found some copper that's not as small as what you got, but it's small-ish. And then they get progressively bigger.
Oh, and this may be off. I may have grabbed the wrong one. This is 16 gauge wire. I'll be right back. I'm gonna have to have something a little finer than that. That's way too heavy. This is, stuff I use for big time jewelry.
Yeah. Hi,
And of course
Brittany. Hi,
that
Nashwa.
that drawer is of course the one that's not going to let me into it without moving stuff. Oh.
Oh, she's working hard. Hi, Nettie.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's interesting.
I just noticed that these lids
Yeah.
actually have holes in the top of them too.
Yeah, they do. Oh, okay. We'll have to look at
So
that in just a minute.
we could use the lid too.
Well, now that is a conundrum.
And the bottom has a hole in it too. So all three pieces
Have holes.
have holes that you could put wire through.
Okay. Oh, well, this will do.
So that's fun and
Okay.
interesting. Hi, Renee. I'm glad you're here.
Well, I knew I didn't want to get rid of the lids. Um, okay, so that other package of wire, I apparently have a whole box full of it. It's 16 gauge. It's hard to come by, so I used to have to order it by the box full. And I have one little spool of 20 gauge. So,
And I have no idea what gauges mine are.
hi, Renee.
Hannah and I bought, we bought some, a bunch of different gauges.
Uh-huh.
And this one is square. Um,
Oh, you don't want to use that today.
well, I
That's
didn't
pricey.
think so.
Yeah, that's a little pricey.
But
I don't care what kind it is. It's a little pricey, and it's even worse right now.
and I don't know if I want to use this big kind either.
That's a
It
little hard
depends
to
on what
use.
I decide I'm going to do. Anyway, these two are the ones I'm
Oh,
planning to use, and this green.
Holly says the holes are there to prevent choking, so you can still breathe.
There
Well,
you go.
I had figured I was going to have to try to cut the top of this off, but I'm not going to have to. So now that's kind of cool.
Hi, Patricia. We're
Hi,
glad you're here.
Patricia. And Brittany, and I think Renee, is that
Yes,
who else
Renee.
came in while I was across the room? I was going to see if I could cut this thing off of here. Yep, came right off.
Well, I'm going to try not to swallow mine, Holly, and then I won't have to worry about that.
Yes, me too. But
But that does actually make some sense.
this is probably the only piece I'm going to throw away.
Yeah, I was trying to decide how to get
here,
that off.
Did you not see me? Here, I'll show you.
Got to find my little cutters, but
I took my cutters. By the way, guys, you see these cutters? Now, I haven't been to Harbor Freight to buy any in a while because last time I was in there and they had them, I stocked up big time. I used to go through wire cutters like crazy because a lot of the wire I use would chew up the wire cutter. And I want the tip, the very, very tip, to work constantly. So when the tips would get chewed up, I'd pass them on and they'd go out to the shop or give them to my son because Jeff and my son will use the middle, not the tip so much. And these were $2 at Harbor Freight when I used to buy them all the time. And
they're more than that now, but I did find a pair. I think I paid like $3.96 or something.
Okay, they are the best wire cutters I've ever found. Okay. Hi, Candy. That's Cindy, not Candy. Okay, so what I did was
Cindy, Teresa, Sharon, Melissa.
I took it all the way back in there, Lisa, and just pinched it off.
Well, look at there.
Melissa.
That works really well.
Candy and Teresa and Sharon and Holly, and if we missed anybody, I am sorry. Okay, so there's that. Now, do I want to cut the tip of this off? I might, because it's kind of angled. If I don't go too far up, what will happen? Well, that doesn't work so well. That made a mess. That just kind of cracked it and made, it made
so now we know.
So now we know we don't like that. We're not going to try to cut those off because we can work around them. So I ruined that one. Oh my gosh, I ruined this one.
Well, I'm probably ruining one right here, but I decided I'm going to see what happens if I just go a little bit all the way around it, right above that notch thingy.
Well, that's what I was kind of doing, and it cracked it.
It did crack it a
Yeah,
little bit, but it's
yeah. I'm
I was
I'm
able
gonna.
to get it off, and it looks, you know, okay. I don't know where the other piece went though. It flew off into Neverland.
Oh, okay. Now you know how to stop that. You're supposed to put your finger on it like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh-oh. Guess what?
What?
I put my finger on it like that, and it still chomped it and flew off into Neverland.
Well, yours just dropped right there though. Mine really did
No, no,
shoot off.
no, no. One piece went to the
Oh,
other
did it?
side of the room. Yeah. Mhm. Well, I kind of like it better chomped off like that though than I do with it angled on there. I think. We'll see. I'll
Yeah.
do one both ways.
That's what I was gonna say. Just I'm gonna go ahead and try to cut another one, but I'm just cutting around it just a little bit, and when it cracks, I move to another place, and so I'm not trying to cut all the way through it all at once.
Well, that I was trying that, and that's wonder. Yeah, I'm still making a mess.
Ooh.
Anyways, you have your option of trying to cut that off right there. Well, see, and I just threw that piece to Neverland too. Please
Leave it
wear,
alone.
please wear uh safety glasses. Do not do. Okay, I got that one off pretty nice. It didn't come off too bad.
Yeah.
I just
Well, I've
like
got a
the
couple
flat.
of them that are definitely usable.
Yeah. Um, I think that it will be easier to make them look more even if that piece is off of there. That was my intention. Now,
Yeah.
it depends on the big one. Okay, so is this cap got a hole in it? Guess what? That cap's got a hole in it too. It's got a hole to the side. I might have to clip out the whole middle.
Oh yeah, Mina, we're making boho beads. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
We didn't talk about it. We just started playing with
We just
cutting up
it,
pins.
we're just making a mess. That's all we're doing. We're just okay.
Teresa, I'm proud of you. I need to be in the balcony instead of down here on stage because I need to be putting my room together. But no, I need to be taking mine apart. I need to be getting stuff out of here. Um,
Cindy says it's freezing there. It's time for the heater. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys. I was telling Lisa Sunday. Okay, what happened Sunday was that my phone overheated. Okay, it was 81 degrees outside and it was like 79 in here. Okay, it was just hot. And yesterday morning, it was horrible hot. And yesterday afternoon, about 12:30, this thunderstorm rolled in. It went from 81 on Sunday. It's 51 degrees out right now. Now, granted, 51 is still warm for most of y'all, but 30 degrees drop. It's like, okay. All right, there's the cap off of the other pin, and it's got a hole in both ends now because it had a hole in it. So we got bunches of little pieces that we can play with. What I was going to do was get this cap off the end of this pin. Used to be this came right out, but I don't know. It has to come out because it just has to. The other thing is don't cut your fingers. Please be careful.
yeah. This one I broke a little bit down here. I don't know if I'll use it or not.
Well, we're going to cover all that up, so you know.
Okay.
Another thing, guys, is, and I can't remember tell me who told me this, but somebody in one of the live streams said that they didn't um they didn't have any Valentine's ones, but they had Easter ones at Dollar Tree. So if you want the tiny ink pens and you didn't get them, the Easter stuff has these tiny ink pens in it. And somebody just said, Patricia said, she uses the plastic straw that the dog poo bags are wrapped around. I cut the plastic in various sizes. And Sharon, we're taking ink pens apart. We use these little tiny Dollar Tree ink pens for making little flat ink pens for our junk journals. And what we're doing is taking the top off of this one, cutting it off. These have already got holes in them, so they're going to work perfect for things. I took the pliers and took this side piece off with my pliers, not pliers, wire cutters. But Patricia, I was going to show you. Did you remember to get out your copper colored straws, Lisa?
I did not. Let me do that.
She's,
I'm going to mute because I'm going to have to dig.
well, you
So
don't have to do it.
you go ahead and
You don't
talk.
have to do it right now. Hi, Debbie. Um, oh dear, she muted, and now I'm going to cough. Excuse me just a minute. I'll be back. Oh, I'm so sorry. Anyways, I got these at Dollar Tree. They were copper. I got Lisa a package because they will cut their paper, so they'll cut easily. Another thing you can use is coffee stirrers, which are really good. Debbie, I don't know if I said hello, but hello, Debbie. There she
Ooh, that
is.
was easier than I thought it was going to be.
Anyways, I was going to show you that. Okay, see, that one is, there's a piece in there too. That piece is just pushed in there, I know. There we go. This piece comes out of this kind. Now, guess what? That's another little piece that makes a different size bead. This piece down here comes out too, but it's not wanting to come out, and my thumbnails are so
Hi, Debbie. We're glad you're
sad.
here.
Abandoned ship. Uh-oh.
I think she's worried that I'm going to cause an avalanche and everybody going to get
out. Okay.
But I managed to not make too big of a mess.
Okay. Usually you can get right into the crack between the cap that goes in this bottom end and push it out. It doesn't want to do that today. There we go.
It's because you needed it to.
Well, and my thumbnails are toast. I had a plastic thumbnail on this one, glued on with the thumbnail, the nail glue. What happened was that it caught, and the only part that was glued was where the tear is, so it tore it even worse. Oh, I was in tears. It caught. I was making the bed, of course, you know.
Oh, goodness.
Doing something that, you know, I don't normally do. Okay, so normally, like I said, these come right out of the end of that.
Ooh.
But just because
I overdid this one.
Well, oh, it's got a hole in the side of it now?
Yep.
Yep, I got one like that too, so. Okay. Ah, there we go. See, it comes out. It just, and frankly, I'm going to throw that piece away.
Hi, Andrea. We're glad you're here.
Hi, Andrea. Okay, that piece does not have a hole in it, and I'm not going to fight with it. It went in the trash can. Okay, but these you can, and I have before, cut with this. It's not the funnest thing in the world, but I have done it.
Oh, okay. Wow.
You all
Yeah,
right?
I killed that one. Little pieces went everywhere.
Uh-oh.
Good thing I don't walk around out here barefooting.
Yeah.
But I think I can still save part of it. So
And of course, this is a cheap Bic pen, and it's not cutting as part as easily as a more expensive Bic pen. Used to be these cut apart really easy, so. Oh, stop. I also think I usually use a bigger knife. Um, we're going to try the wire cutters and see what happens.
well, I didn't bring out any big pens. I just am going to use these.
I had a couple from the other day, so.
Yeah.
And this plastic is way softer than the little plastic pens from Dollar Tree. Now, this package of Bic pens came from Dollar Tree too. These bigger ones.
What we need is a pop cutter that we can just twist, 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 twist.
Well, I have a pair of scissors that would cut this right in half. They're kitchen scissors for cutting bones,
Oh, yeah.
but they're in the camper. So
we're going to make boho beads, Cindy. That's
there
what
we
we're
go.
up to. We're cutting up these things that were left over when we
I'm
made
done
our
cut.
flat
I'm done
pins.
cutting. I'm gonna make something now. Okay, so you can cut these long ones to any size you want. So now I have 4 little pieces for this thing. These pins have now given us 3 little pieces. One of the things I don't like about this one, is the fact that the hole is not right in the center.
Yeah. But you could take
So
your wire up one and then back down through the opposite one and then twist it
yes, yeah,
right there and it would be
it's
centered.
not gonna be that far off to worry about it. So let's see, what am I gonna start with?
I don't know, but you're going to have to tell me what to do because my brain is not able to think well today. So I'm just going to copy you at least for the first one.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will do something that's more normal. Give me just a minute.
It doesn't have to be normal.
Well, yeah, but I don't want it to be so, kind of hard to think about. Um, I'm going to use this one,
Okay.
and I am going to wrap this around with just a little bit of fabric first,
Okay.
and I am going to cheat and use a tiny dot of glue, just a little bitty tot, because that way I don't have to fight with it.
So how long does your piece of fabric need to be?
I don't know, because it depends on the thickness of your fabric. And you could have a second piece, or you could, um, I probably am going to add something different to the top of it. So that was probably maybe 4 inches. You know, these are those little strips that we made. What do you call that? That we made in
With ink tints.
with ink tints.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm probably going to take a little dot of glue and put it on this little tippy piece right there, because I don't want to fight with it and I'm lazy. And then I think I have some yarn down here. Do I have some yarn
So did
down
you
there?
completely cover up the whole thing?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Well, that's what I thought I could see there, but I wasn't positive. So
I just didn't want to look at that piece of plastic.
me either.
So, um, and now I'm finding some little fibery thing, just because I want a little fibery thing. Oh, we're going to have it give it a little skirt. Okay, stop. The glue is supposed to hold it together. Just just for a second. It only has to hold it for a minute. I've had that brain before. Holly, I have that brain all the time. Cindy says she made some boho beads long ago and this is different. And Andrea's sending love to your brain.
Oh, good. My brain needs some love.
Um, Plastic straws would work fine. Paper straws would work fine. Coffee stirrers. Um, just about anything will work. And you don't have to use fibers. You don't have to. It's you kind of wrap up whatever you want. And I'm using glue here and there just to tack stuff so that I don't have to fight with it because I'm lazy.
I thought I was.
I'm absolutely lazy. That means I can put it down.
Oh, good for you.
And I need to move that out of the way too. Okay.
Had to find some fibers. Oh, and they're all twisted around each other, so who knows what kind of fun mess this is going to be.
Oh, because that'll be fun because then you just take whatever end you can find and shove it through there.
Well, I must have two. I don't know. Look at that. Like,
Uh-oh. Okay.
okay.
Hi, Gertie. My question is, what do you ladies in the chat do with your boho beads? I think they're beautiful, but other than journal dangles, I don't know what I do with them. Um, Journal dangles is what I'm making these for. Uh, Now, I have done stitched fabric beads to put into jewelry designs. That was ages ago. Um, Lisa, do you have
Yeah.
anything like just a minute. Let me get this bag open. It's amazing how important having two thumbnails is. Um, do you have anything like these?
Are those, they have a hole in them?
Yes, like little daisy spacers.
I think I do have some somewhere.
Okay. Well,
I never
that
use them because they're silver, but they'll work for
well,
this.
that's what I'm going to use. But I have another option that, if you don't have that,
Here we
um,
go.
okay. So see, you got some, so you don't need to have the option, but I
I have
needed to.
a few. This is why I bought this mess. All these little boxes, I bought them because there were little dragonflies.
Ooh.
I had to buy them all together.
Okay.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to take the time to ink these because I put white in the middle, and we can't have white on the edge. But we have the little buttons that we made. They're kind of big, but they'll work.
Are you talking about using those instead of these if you don't have these?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See, they would work right here. I'm going to use these on the first one. But if you didn't have that, you could make some by doing the little buttons we had, or you could take your 1/4 inch hole punch and make little paper ones with a 1/4 inch hole. So, because the next part, I put the little fiber around there. This is not done, but I'm going to do the middle part because the middle part is it makes the ends. Is what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the end part right now. And this is why I'm really grumpy because I can't find my proper doodads. I don't know where my pliers went to. I want a nice big circle on the end to put whatever through. So I'm making a big circle. And I'm going to wrap that around there. Whatever you do, do not cut wire off with wire cutters without holding the end because it will hurt your eye if it goes in your eye. It will hurt the neighbor if it goes in the neighbor's eye. Okay, so I have that. It's going to be about that long. Don't cut your wire too short. It's better to throw it away than it is to fight with it. I think I want a bead. Yes. Oh, I got out some big beads. Here we go. Oh, yeah. These come from, I think, Joann's, and they are inconsistent in size and whatnot, but they're usually pretty cheap. So they're good for this kind of a project. One bead, one of those on there. One of these.
So did you make your loop big enough it wouldn't go through the tube?
Yeah. Well, no,
Okay.
I put the little daisy spacer will keep it from going through the tube.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
I put a bead on. I put the daisy spacer on. Is it focusing? There we go. And then I put it through there. Now, make sure I didn't cut quite enough. That's kind of short. Put on the daisy spacer on the other end, putting the bead on. And then I'm going to make a little loop on the other end. And when you do the loop on the other end, you want to get this wire kind of tight between your, see, I didn't leave myself enough room. Tanya, don't cut your wire too short. It's a pain. And I made pretty good sized loops because I might want to put more dangles on there.
Right.
Okay. Now you could do this part first if you wanted to. If the fibers are causing you grief. Do this part first.
So are you putting some regular beads on this or just the daisy spacers and the wire?
I put a regular bead on the end of it just because. Now I'm not done putting beads on it because but I needed the center wire to put my beads around my fibers and my fabric.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I did was it has a loopy for the wire. It has a big seed bead, a daisy spacer. It's in through the tube, daisy spacer, seed bead, loopy thing. Okay, and I've got I'll do one that's not got any fibers on it and stuff in a minute. But now I need some beads that kind of go with that because what do we want? And this is where I'm going to use my tiny wire. Okay. You're going to tell me I don't have any green seed beads in there? I'll be doggone. Okay, so we got to go with blue. Uh-huh. This'll do. Okay.
Okay, well, so far, this is what mine looks like.
Yep. That's what mine looks like too. You put a big bead. That's just cool.
Well,
You
I put
know.
a big bead because I wanted something that would not get lost inside here.
Uh-huh. And your daisy spacer was too small.
Well, it would work if I just used the daisy spacer and put the other another bead on the other side of it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I did. So, but
Yeah,
see, that's the whole point is to get to do a whole bunch of different things with it. Um, Now, usually I have a fiber mat down, so we're gonna have to hope I don't make a mess. Okay. You go. Okay, be careful. Okay. Do you have a mask? Okay. Sorry. One of the things I like about boho beads is they give me a chance to use your wire, beads, and fiber, stuff you often neglect. Yep, that's kind of why I wanted to do them too. Plus, I wanted to use these little pieces of pins that we used for our other project, and that means we get to use up stuff that would normally go in the landfill, right? So
right.
I'm gonna have to get out my beading mat. This is a pain. I am just threading a bunch of little beads onto this little skinny wire, and it might be nice to stick a bigger bead in there in the middle every so often.
Then you're going to wrap that wire around it.
Yep, and that's what will really hold the fibers and the stuff in place. And it'll be pretty. And I'm gonna use the wires decoration too. I'm not gonna use just the so in other words, I'm not gonna cover the whole wire with beads. I'm going
Right.
to
So is this the skinny wire that you're doing this with?
yep. Otherwise, it won't go through these tiny little seed beads. It would go through
Yeah.
my other one will go through the bigger seed beads, but it won't go through the little seed beads.
Yeah. Well, I right here, right now, I just have big seed beads. So
Yeah.
I'll just, I'm still gonna use this. Well, maybe
Okay.
I don't.
Teresa said we need to be more descriptive because she cannot see what we're doing. And unfortunately, with the setup I have right now, I cannot get any closer. Um, Teresa, I'll tell you what, this afternoon after, well, maybe not this afternoon, but in the next few days, I will actually do a video where I can get really, really close. But what we did was we took the pieces of the ink pen that are plastic, which you could use a straw. So imagine a straw. And then we wrapped some fabric
Uh-huh.
around. Yes? Lisa got really close. Yay! Oh, goody, goody. Hi, Journey. She's feeling a bit better, Journey. At least she's feeling like she's a little bit more on the human side. Teresa, can you see what Lisa's doing now? Thank you, Lisa.
Okay.
Um,
Sorry, my headphone came disconnected just in the middle of things. I was like, what
uh,
is going on?
yep, uh-huh. That just does it, doesn't it? Um, okay, so we took fabric and we wrapped it around the piece of ink pen. Um, and now what we're going to do is we have put some seed beads on some wire. And, like I said, I'm not going to just cover the whole wire. I'm going to wrap it around there. And we're just going to use the wire to hold the fibers and the fabrics on the tube. Does that make sense, Lisa? Did I explain it right?
It makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. Okay. And this really skinny wire, the nice thing about it is first off, you can kind of bury it in your fibers and you can just wrap it around, and it's kind of partly the design. You wouldn't have to have beads on there. You could just use the fibers. You could just use the wire, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Not. Okay, come on down there. I want a few beads.
I forgot that I had my thing so low and I wasn't paying attention. So you probably weren't able to see what I was doing even. Yeah, I'm just putting
Oh,
some beads on.
yeah. You just gotta let the beads slide down a little bit at a time, and okay, where they have decided to all get off on this up on the spool.
Well, I just cut a piece of wire off and hope it's a good length.
Oh, well, if it's
Probably
not, you
is.
just
That's
tie
what
it.
we do.
You just tie it off and add another piece. And then at the end, I'm just gonna go round and round and round until I feel like my wire is secure in there, and then I'm gonna cut it off. And I have finished one. And believe me, that didn't take a lot of supplies.
Let me see again.
So
I'm sorry.
let me try to get some light on it. There we go.
Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. I
And
like yours better than mine.
why do you like mine better than yours?
I don't know. It's prettier. I think I didn't put enough fibers on mine.
Okay, well, I cheated and I used this kind of fiber. See,
Ah,
it's got okay, so that one was with some yarn on one of these. And the next one, let's put lace on the next one. Let's put the wire through this one first, though, and that might make it a little bit more sense because I do understand that having this doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, first off, I need a couple of inches on each end of this. I really, huh, somebody's getting furniture.
well, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got a couple of inches on each end of my piece. Stop rolling around. Okay. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Now then, if you don't have one of these lovely little toys, use a washcloth. This is a piece of a Velux blanket. It's the same thing that they sell for bead mats. The deal is things don't keep going everywhere. They stay in place on your table. Um, by the way, guys, I was going to tell everybody ahead of time. I told Lisa if things happen like they did Sunday and something happens to my phone, just hang out. We'll stay with Lisa, and I'll see if I can't get my computer to come up, and I'll be back. I found
Hi,
fibers
Journey.
like yes. Oh yes, that was yarn. It was yarn fibers. This is what I was using. Okay, so now then, where did my piece of wire go? There we go. Okay, so I have a piece of wire.
I don't know about this. I'm not particularly excited by it.
Okay, so wrap something else around it.
Okay.
Just add a little blingy to it, or you know, you can just it. Okay, it's also a layering thing. You can layer some more. That's the deal. You can layer more. Okay, so I'm going to make a little round thing at the top. I'm going to bend it, and then I'm going to make a little round thing. And my round things are pretty good sized because I want to be able to add bling to them. I want to add pieces. I want to put more than one on a um, I might put 3 or 4 on a journal tassel. Okay, so now I have this little round circle, and I'm going to put a big seed bead just because I have a big seed bead. And I'm going to put a little daisy spacer. Let me see. Let me see.
It looks like a poor sick woolly caterpillar.
But I like it. I like it.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so now I'm going to put this wire through my little pin. I'm going to put on another
I think
daisy.
that's part of the problem. I'm not a
What?
boho person. I like
Oh,
looking at it, but I have never really enjoyed um it's not I don't enjoy working in a boho type journal. I've made them because it was part of a challenge. But so I think I'm probably going to make some um this style bead that are less colorful, more vintagey maybe.
okay. Well, I'll show you what I had in mind.
Okay.
I will do that next. Okay, so now I have my tube and my wires is already in there with little circles on both ends and the caps there. This to me would be easier than making it wrapped first. Okay, so that's my plan. Okay, so now I have that. Then I brought to the table some pattern paper, and I'm going to cut myself a nice little strip of pattern paper. And no, I didn't. No, I didn't measure. What'd you say?
I
I
said,
like your woolly caterpillar. Barbara, what Tanya was using is so pretty. Cindy, that is possibly old. Okay, so I clipped it, wrong right there, but that doesn't matter because I am going to squash it as I put it on there. I'm going to put a little dot of glue though, because, then I don't have to fight with it. Okay. And I'm just gonna.
oh, bye, Holly. I'm sorry you're
Bye,
buffering
Holly,
so
hon.
much.
Okay, I'm just gonna wrap this on there as if it were a piece of fabric. Okay, and I am kind of wadding it up as I go so that it's kind of on there. And I'm just kind of making it a little bit fatter because, and I'm just using all this piece of paper because I have it. For any particular reason, just because I have it.
Well, that's a good enough reason for me.
Okay, so now I kind of have a fat little tube, which
Oh,
again, I'm going to use a little piece of dot of glue just because life is easier if you glue it down. But Candy, that yarn may be, an old style yarn. I mean, I've had this stuff for a long time. Okay, so there is a little fluffy thing made out of pattern paper. Okay, I know I have a book somewhere. Where do I have a book? Let's see if this book is so old that it'll crack up when I use it. It might be. Let's see. right. So I'm going to wrap this piece of, yeah, I don't want it straight really. I want it kind of odd. Okay, and I'm squashing it because, paper doesn't go around there very nice. Okay, let's put a little dot of glue on there. Boy, he was fast. He bought a battery for the lawnmower yesterday, and the man said, "Well, does it have a side post or a front post?" And Jeff said, "I don't know." It's like, I don't know. Okay, so now I think I will use the same color beads just because I think it will be pretty. Let's use this. Let's see how hard this is to work with. This might be easier to work with because it won't unroll off the spool on its own. You know, this is television watching stuff to thread all these seed beads on this piece of wire. Now, you don't have to use any beads at all. You could use one of your little dragonflies.
Okay.
Did that make it easier to make your pieces go together?
To not have the fabric on there?
Yeah.
Not really. It didn't really make it much difference. I didn't have trouble with my pieces going together. I just don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like the look of it. Um, and I mean, I when I put the fabric on it, I liked it, and then when I put this little bubble yarn on it, I didn't like it anymore. I should have just taken that off and put something else on it, but
That's
I didn't.
right.
So
Well, the the thing is that cost you so much money and time that you can just set it aside and make another one.
exactly.
Okay. Okay, now I'm going to find where my spacer's hidden
The
down
most
on there.
expensive thing in there was probably the copper wire because even these silver little beads, I paid like $3 for everything I got in 4 or 5 of these little things. So,
Containers. Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
So it didn't cost much.
yeah. The
Um,
the copper wire can't, and you don't have to use copper. I just knew I was going to use copper today because um that's what I have and that's what I like, and
well,
um
that's what I have too, and I like copper. So
yeah. Okay, so now we've got to take this wire around our lovely little pieces of paper, and we're going to have a vintagey. Okay, come on, what are you doing? Why are you not pulling loose? There we go. I got a lot of pattern paper on this one, so it's not wanting to let me get underneath my Daisy spacer.
oh yeah,
Which is all right. I can make it. I can make it work. I can.
I have a bunch of pattern paper, but I can't get to it at the moment.
Well, just use a piece of fabric that makes you happy. That's more
Well, I'm
vintagey.
using music paper
Ah, okay. Well, see there. That worked.
because that makes me happy.
hmm
If I could cut straight, it would help. I don't guess it really matters, but it feels like it matters.
Well, I wadded my paper up some. You know, I kind of made it do its thing by wadding it on there.
Yeah, and I like that look. Um, and I know where I could find some pattern paper, but it's in the house in my bedroom.
What about tissue paper? Have you got any tissue paper handy?
I do. I do.
Okay. Next time, use a little piece of tissue paper, and that might function just to make it a little fluffier
Yeah.
underneath your what you call it paper, your music paper. Okay. That little wire right there wants to stick out. Now, why it wants to stick out, I do not know, but we're going to have its attitude adjusted, or I'm going to cut it off of there. One of the two.
One of the two.
Yeah.
This is some leftover fabric from my wedding dress.
Ooh.
That was a long time ago.
Janice is here too. I don't know who else we've missed coming in. I'm sorry. Concentration here today. Here, you know. Don't over fluff that bead though, because this one is hard to wrap because I got so much paper on there.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Well, and I think I'm going to end up with my music paper not even showing, probably.
Uh-oh.
We'll see.
Okay.
No, I think I'm going to barely get to see a little bit of it. But it's okay.
I'm liking it. It came out okay. It looks um less fluffy. It's kind of, I don't know. I like the other one better.
Yeah, well, I like the fibers you put on your first one
The
really well. I think that's what I didn't like about mine was that a
one
little
of the
more false
things is
fiber.
that it makes this one looks very watery, oceany kind of thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Come on, light. Where's the see if this will change that. Let's do that. And there.
I think.
Come on. Yeah, there we go. So, and both of these are the kind of longer pieces. So, I kind of like it. I like the fluffy one better. Um, no.
I'll tell you what. You stick the one you don't like in my box, and I'll stick the one I don't like in your box. And we'll
There
trade.
you go. We'll trade. There you go. Renee, is that you? Tanya, I'd love to make more boho beads, but what to use them on? I'm gonna make like little journal dangles. That's my thought. They would make a good if you put this onto a little chain that's a long chain, you can make like a bookmark with it. So that this will hang outside the book. The chain would go through the book. Um, and I put two loops because I want to add little beads and stuff to the bottom of that. This would make a cute closure. Okay, so let's put elastic through there, and you can elastic this on the book. I mean, So many things I can sort of think of. I'm gonna make a little short one. We'll see how that goes. I took one of the clear circular stickers off a paper pad and to the lint adhered the lint to a piece of paper that satisfied several pumps. uh, did did you see the little stuffed pockets Tiny made as dangles? Oh yes, yeah, I stuffed my dryer lint to the in the dangles. I had to use dryer lint somehow. Lisa's so quiet; she's concentrating. I like the idea of elastic closure with the beads. Yeah, I mean, there's if you give yourself little circles at both ends of the bead, you end up with a lot of possibilities. That's, okay, we're going to just to make this one. And I need some different beads because I need something to look a little different. What do we want to use? Okay. You have to understand, I am using odds and ends of beads too here. These are not my good beads. These are beads from before I learned what good beads were. Oh, there's some purple ones in there. Let's use some purple ones. Because, it will be good to use up some purple ones. Let's make stuff with purple.
Purple sounds good.
Um, Besides the fact that I have a nice purpley piece of fabric that we dyed that's small. So I can use a piece of that on this piece. Okay.
Sorry, I keep getting out of frame because I keep forgetting how close I have made my camera.
Renee, I would attach elastic right here on this end of the bead, elastic on that end of the bead, and then just slide this over the journal.
Okay, see, I kind of like that one.
Yeah, I
It's not
like
very
that one too.
exciting, but I like it.
I like it. I like it. Journey, you could use paper straws, you can use plastic straws, you can use coffee stirrers. Now, with a coffee stirrer, you're starting with the skinnier, what do you call that? Uh, Skinnier base. So the that means that if you want a fluffy bead, you're going to need to add a little more fabric. Otherwise, you're not going to get a fluffy bead. That is the big difference of using a coffee stirrer instead of a straw. But straws work real well. Yeah, plastic straw. Um, Okay, now this bead has the end of it is a little offset, so we have to see. Uh-oh,
Uh-oh,
this
what?
the cap the cap is too big for my daisy spacer.
Yeah, that's why well, for that other end?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I am going to take one of my little buttons and we will ink the edge of it up real good.
Actually, you said button, and that got me thinking.
Oh yeah, you could use a button, but I'm
Uh,
going to use my one of my paper buttons that we made.
well, I knew what you meant, but the word was still there in my head.
Yep. Um,
And I have some buttons sitting right over here beside me, so right.
there you go. So that works, especially if your straw or your base is too big for your daisy spacer. A bigger bead, like Lisa used on her first one. I didn't get out any bigger beads, but I'm sure I have some. Seeing how I have drawers and drawers and drawers of beads.
Drawers and drawers.
Yeah. I could use one of my flower beads on the end too. Okay. But yeah, I have drawers and drawers of beads. Drawers and drawers and drawers. Okay, now I need.
These beads that I have over here are beads that were actually my grandmother's. I mean,
Aha.
buttons. Most of the buttons I use are buttons I got at thrift stores, not the buttons that were my grandmother's. But
That's got too big a hole. Why did Tanya grab that one? Um, Eyelash material will make it fluffy too. That's right. Eyelash material. That's what that first stuff was, is eyelash. Um, these are like the envelope buttons that I made for to make envelope closures out of, is what these are. And I knew that I might need something bigger on something. So it's always good to have a piece of paper back you up. There we go. And now, let's see here. I'm going to put it through there. Now see, I can make a fat bead because this has got a big lip on it. Mhm. So you don't have to have daisy spacers, is what I'm trying to tell you. You can do this with buttons and paper buttons and daisy spacers, because I do have daisy spacers. Okay.
okay.
Okay, that wrap was terrible. That's a really good way to put it, Barbara. Dull moments makes it become okay. Dull moments become wisdom. I like that. Okay, actually, that's kind of cool. You could put stuff in there. Oh, that's another thing I've done. Okay, this is plastic from the cap, and I actually have damaged it because I cut a hole in it with my things. But you know that plastic tubing that you can buy at any hardware store? I have made thousands of beads out of that plastic tubing. Um,
So
you can
did you
put,
fill them with something?
yep. Put
That's
you can put words in there. You can put seed beads in there. You can put little sands in there. Just just about anything you can put in there. And then it's fun and it's in there. You can leave it loose and it'll rattle. Okay, that's gonna. Come on now, behave yourself.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just playing.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it?
It is today for me. Of course, it usually is. That's kind of my MO.
Okay, now I twisted up the fabric so that it gave me a little bit more texture when I wrapped it around there instead of just flat.
Oops.
Okay. We might have to get out a clip or two though because I'm gonna have to put this down to find some fiber to go over it. Hi, Susie.
Hi, Susie. Glad you're here. I hope I'm not talking too loud, y'all. I just realized my microphone is right here and my mouth is right next to it.
No, it doesn't sound too loud to me. So,
Okay, good.
see now I made it kind of lumpy because if I'd have wrapped it flat, it would have been very flat and boring.
Boring. Well, we
Okay,
can't have boring.
boring. No, we can't have boring. Okay, so no. Oh, that might be pretty. I like that one. I have a little bag of little end pieces that is the side that I keep right here.
Uh-huh.
So that I have those whenever I'm sitting here doing whatevers. Um, Marina says she's fairly deaf and loves the fact that she can hear both of us. Well, I have had audio issues when my mic slides around lately. It keeps wanting to go to the back, but we fix it. Lisa says, "Can't hear you, Tanya." Then we fix it. Ooh, that one's looking pretty. What was that you put on there?
This?
No, the fabric stuff. Is there a piece of
Oh,
lace on there or something?
no, there this fabric and
Mm,
then a tiny little strip of this.
okay. Yep. The tiny little strip added a lot.
Yeah, it does. Now I'm trying to decide what to put. I have these teeny tiny little copper beads. Might look pretty on that green. If I can find some more of them.
My thing is don't wrap too much too. If you do, then you lose all your layers.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing a minute ago. I'm just like, that's going to make my layer disappear, my bottom layer totally disappear. I don't want to do that.
Well, my bottom layer almost disappeared, but that's okay.
Hi, Annie.
Hi, Ann.
And
It's
it's
good to
Ann.
see
It's not
you.
Annie. By the way, guys, we're working on finalizing the hop, the streamathon. Pretty much everybody is good. Julie ran into a conflict, so I've sent her another option. But other than that, I don't know if I've heard from Barbara. Maybe I've heard from Barbara. I can't remember. Um, but everybody, for the most part, is okay with what I did. So that's what matters. Is that they're good with where their time slots were. So haven't heard from Mary, but it's one of the slots she told me she could do. So Lisa, if you've looked at it, I've had to move Julie.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, she didn't. Her time is really off from ours, and she didn't realize I said PM, and she has a Bible study Zoom at the time I had put her down for. So I just told her, don't worry about it. She said she was gonna have to drop out. I'm like, no, I can move things around. So
Yeah.
okay, Barbara, that's fine, hon. We will just send you links, and that will work. It's just, and like I told everybody, I put time slots, but that doesn't mean you have to stay for the whole time. And okay, I think that's
So there's
probably
that
enough.
Tanya. Whoops. Whoops.
Oh, it's cute. Now, are you liking them?
Yep,
Okay,
I
all right.
am.
You just didn't like that other thread, that other um yarn.
No, I
It was
didn't.
it was it was too floofy, too foo-fooey
Two
is
something.
what. Yeah, it's too foo-fooey,
Oh,
and that's okay. You all
thank
right,
you.
hon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Joni says she really likes that one.
thank you. I do too. I like those little antique copper beads on there. I don't know if
Uh-huh.
y'all can see that they've got a little bit of texture.
Ooh, those are cool.
They were spacers between something else in a necklace, so there's a bunch of them just rolling around in this in this box here. I'll
So
show you the
perfect
box.
thing to use them for. Oh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Yep.
Okay. Decided there's no reason to keep using my copper wire on the ones that where I can use these.
Oh, on the short ones?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and especially on the short ones, you're very likely not going to want to add something to the bottom of it. That's something you put on. You're putting on what do I want to say? That'll be the last thing you put on.
Probably, yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, here's one that I had to use the little buttons on. Okay, where's the focus? Focus. There we go.
Oh, I love it. I love it, and the buttons are perfect.
Uh-huh. The little cardboard buttons worked perfect on it. Come on. I still like my first one best.
I do too. But I like the other one that you didn't like that was done with the paper too.
Okay. I don't dislike it. It just looks like a worm.
So you got a slug and I got a woolly worm.
There you go. Okay, but see here. Okay, there's a project that we need to add those to, Lisa.
What's that?
We'll
Oh,
dis- we'll
yes.
discuss it later. Hmm.
I think I know the upcoming
Hmm.
project.
Yes, our upcoming project.
That's true. That's exactly where those probably need to go.
Yep, I think that's where they need to go. Oh, Andrea's leaving. Bye, dear.
Bye, Andrea.
Okay, next. Okay, I got lots and lots of little pieces here that need to get used up. See. Okay, now are my little spacers going to work on this one? Yes, they will work on that end. Okay, we're going to make a big old long one. Long, long. Okay, need my wire. By the way, guys, this wire comes from Ace Hardware. That's where I get it. Um, this is 20 gauge, and you can usually get the 16 gauge. And I could have used the 16 gauge today, but I wanted to go through some beads, so I decided I would get the 20 out. Um, Tractor Supply usually has this. I mean, for a long time I got it at Walmart, but then for some reason Walmart quit carrying it. So Tractor Supply, hardware store, all those good places. Ooh, that's a tiny one. Is that one of those itty bitty babies?
Yeah, I
See,
just added
another thing.
beads on
Okay,
it.
you added some beads on the end. Ooh, that's a cutie. Uh huh. Uh huh. Now, what she's using right this second is the back end off those little plastic yeah, ink pens that we got and use so staying out of the landfill. Okay, so what color are we going to make this big old long one? I'm thinking this other piece of fabric might. Oh, look at there. Look what's in my stash of stuff.
Ooh, pretty.
Okay, we're going to use this. Yeah, so what beads do I want? I think I'll use the copper. Okay. Okay. Tools.
Hi, Jacqueline.
Hi, Jacqueline. Okay. Now, this is not a full ink pen because remember I cut part of it off, but you know, it's a long piece. It's definitely the length of a coffee stirrer. Okay, now I have a long piece of wire and something says don't waste that piece of wire. See that piece of wire? So we're going to do something with that piece of wire because Tanya can't stand the thought of wasting it. So we're going to turn it into a little spiral.
That
Better
sounds good.
turn it this way. Uh-oh. It would help if I had my proper pliers. Okay. Okay. So now it's a little spirally thing. Let me see. Where's the focus? There we go. It's spiraled there. And I'm just going to bend it flat so that it's a decoration on my top of my bead. See? Cute. So I didn't waste that piece of wire. That was the deal. Didn't want to waste it. Okay.
Making chipotle. Ooh, sounds good.
Where guac isn't extra. Oh, there you go. I like that. I don't like it when it's extra. Uh, it just seems like, okay. All right, let's wrap this down around here.
Okay, here's this one.
Oh, that's cute. That's precious. And look at all those fun beads you used.
Yeah, they need to get used for something, so.
Uh-huh. Um, okay, I want a double layer of this fabric. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I agree with Lisa. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now we're going to cut that off. The fabric's got a little bit of turquoisey green stuff in it as well as the orangey stuff. Now then. And I was going to get out a clippy thing a minute ago and I keep forgetting to get it out.
A clippy thing?
Yeah, a little chomper to
Oh,
hold that so that I can put it down.
yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
I keep forgetting to be able to hold it and put it down. Okay, put that on there. Just because. All right. Need a little fiber. Just a little, maybe not a lot. That would make it very orange.
Okay,
That would make it very fuzzy.
maybe wasn't the best idea.
What?
Well, I thought I would put some beads in there, but that one was just a little bit too big.
Uh-huh. And now it won't come out.
And yeah, got stuck. So we're just gonna pretend like it's not there. We'll just use it to
Okay.
um keep the wire in place, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that
there
was
you
the
go.
purpose all along.
That's what you intended, was to leave the wire in place. Okay.
Yeah.
Understood. Uh-huh. Okay, I kind of like that because it's a little very neutral. Okay, so we got this in neutral. What kind of seed bead do we want? I'm going to have 5,000 kinds of seed beads out here. We better put some of them away so that we don't have a big old
Gertie was
mess.
talking about your fabric, wanted to know if you dyed it.
Oh, yes, we dyed fabrics with ink tints, um colors, and this piece is okay. That's a piece of sheer curtain, and we used our ink tints blocks and dyed the fabric, and these have all been from that session. This is that actually feels like the wedding dress material. That is part of the curtain. I've got another piece back here. Uh-oh. This one is the lining to the wedding dress, I think. So we did that, I don't know, a month or two ago. Um,
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly when we did those, but we were hmm, that's interesting. That's where I dyed some thread, and I didn't realize I had that thread sitting here.
Oh, that's pretty.
Mm-hmm. And again, we were dyeing it with ink tints blocks. Is what we were using. I'm just picking up some of the seed beads because, okay, I think I'm actually going to use that one because it's a good color and it'll pick up that little bit. There's a little bit of green in there. Um, was it? We did it in our Sundays. Did we did that in my our Sunday and Monday streams? Is that when we did it?
We
So
did
it
the
was
intense on your stream on Sunday, and then we did
okay.
jelly plating on fabric on my stream on Monday.
Okay, so Journey was in a Sunday stream. If you have trouble finding it, let me know and I'll hunt it up for you. Um, because then on Monday on Lisa's stream we like she said we jelly plated on fabric. So we were having a good time. We
We
definitely
were.
had fun.
There we go.
Okay, see now that is very shiny. It doesn't look like a leaf anymore. It just looks like a shiny.
It's pretty.
Yep, I like it, but it's. Okay. I don't want to get too much. That's sort of my problem. I get them too much. And then they look like overdone. Lisa has some strips too somewhere. She just didn't get those particular strips out.
No,
Problem, Lisa?
I didn't. Oh, I'm just um this is
Fiddling
not
with those little tiny ones, huh?
well, I just had this piece of wire and I'm trying to make it not be pokey.
Oh, um,
I think that's
I
gonna be
use something you probably don't have. These are crimping pliers. They
yeah,
actually have. Uh, if you have a set, they have a little dip in them.
I did have a set. They may be in Hannah's room,
Uh-huh.
or they may have just
Um,
disappeared altogether because that was so many years ago. But she's done a lot more jewelry stuff than I have, and so a lot of my jewelry stuff is
is in her
in
room.
her room.
And that works, but those have a little half circle dip in them for crimping the crimps, and they work really good to take the end of that wire and push it down so that it doesn't poke. Now, you can chew up a pair doing that, so you have to be aware that, you can ruin them because they're not supposed to do that.
Right.
If you're especially if you're using stainless steel wire. I have a special set of tools that I use just on stainless steel wire because they're already chewed up. I have a little baggie that has cutters and other things in it because when I work with stainless steel, you can guarantee it's going to ruin your tools.
Right. Right. I haven't done it, but I can understand why it would.
Well, I used to have to make ear wires myself because ear wires were not the what do you call those kind? What do they call them? Medical steel or surgical
Oh,
steel.
still.
My husband is so good at knowing what I'm trying to say. Surgical steel. I used to have to make those out of high grade stainless steel wire. Hi, Yanya. Hello, hello. There's Lisa's special
Here's some of mine.
strips. Okay, we're going to just use all of these beads. I have now an empty container. Jeff will not believe it. Other than he's in there where he can hear me, and he will know now that I have an empty container, and he'll say, what are you going to do with that empty container? And I'll say, fill it back up.
Pull it
And
back
he'll
up.
say,
Yeah.
oh. Uh-oh. He said something. I couldn't hear him. Do I need a refill? No, actually, hon, I'm doing good. I have about a half. Thank you. Oh, he thought the empty container was my tea
Tea.
bottle. Yes. Mm. Um, if I tell him that there's an
Hi,
empty bead
Anita.
container,
We're glad you're here.
yeah, I need. See, I said it wrong again. We are glad you're here, dear. Journey says pretty colors. Come on now, get in there. It is really raining here today.
Really, really raining, huh? I
Mm-hmm.
wish it was
Really,
really
really
raining
raining.
here.
I know that sooner or later we're going to be going. We wish we could send some to you, Lisa.
I wish you could too. I wish you could.
Thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that, dear. Barbara found it. Yay.
Yay, Barbara.
She's so good and sweet to me.
Yep. Mm.
Okay, we're going to push those over there because we don't need that many of those. Now, this is a big bead. We got to have a lot more beads to go around it, see? And I'm not sure I like that shiny stuff. I may take that shiny stuff off. Because you know how you said you didn't like the other? I don't like that shiny stuff.
Well,
So,
it's like when you pull it out, you think it's going to look great, and it
and
doesn't
then it's
always.
like, And it's like, oh, yuck, I don't like that. And because I use my little clippy thing, I can take it off. I didn't glue it. I can just take it off because
Yeah.
I really liked the fabric and I don't like the shiny stuff. So off it comes. We will save it for another day. I like the little tan piece and I liked the fabric, but I didn't like the shiny stuff. Now that let's get this under there. Where is it? There we go. Now here's the thing. You can use anything you want to make these things. So, we can make them with junk mail wrapped around them. Napkin might work. Didn't think about napkin.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Oops. I let go of my thread, my fiber. Now this is one long bead.
Yeah, that is a long one. I'm not sure what I'm doing here, but
Well, it's cute.
I wanted my little strings to show.
Oh, Melissa is here, but she's having to behave herself because she's supposed to be working. I have to
Oh,
behave sometimes if I'm at work. Oh, she's been watching. Okay, but she had to behave. She couldn't come over here and chat with everybody because she was working. When I'm working, I can't chat either. All I can do is listen. Otherwise, I might burn the house down, and that would not be a pleasant event.
no, it would not be a pleasant event.
So, okay.
Okay.
Is it too fussy? Is it giving you a hard time?
Well, I'm just trying to decide if I want to add something else to it or not.
Oh,
It
it's
looks like that.
cute, but you might need to wrap it with some wire just to keep everything in place.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Besides, it'll be cute wrapped with some wire.
Yeah, and you don't have to put the beads on it. Just some wire will be cute. Now, if you didn't have this wire, I told Lisa, if you didn't have wire, you could use thread instead
That's
of
true.
wire. Um, this wire is this just makes life easier is all. It's not a necessity. You could use waxed linen. You could use thread. Um, okay, let's see here. That's wanting to. It needs an end spot. There we go. In
Mm,
under
that
there.
wasn't
Get under.
quite long enough to do that.
Uh-oh.
So we're gonna have to
Lisa, was that
not,
cotton fabric you used to dye? I
yeah,
think
this was
Lisa's.
cotton sheet.
Yeah.
Just a white cotton
Um.
sheet.
Mhm. But mine was not. It was like I said, probably polyester curtain fabric, and then probably polyester satin fabric. I cut up a wedding dress that I had, and I cut up a
Not your own
curtain.
personal wedding dress.
No, I got rid of that ages ago. I don't think I have that anymore. Um,
Well, I still have mine because Hannah thinks she might can alter it enough for it to fit her when it's her turn. If okay, there's that, and it adds something, doesn't it?
yep, I think so. And I think it just adds that little finishing touch to it. I cut mine up and made pajamas.
Oh, there you go. Well, mine was this heavy brocade stuff, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, mine was not. It was a textured jacquard satin.
ooh, I bet that was pretty.
It was very pretty. And actually the girls' dresses were all the same fabric, only different colors.
Aha, that makes sense.
Hmm.
That's similar to what I did. The girls' dresses were not the same fabric. It was a lighter weight fabric, but it had a similar look.
Hmm.
Um, except it was green, of
Well,
course.
the girls' dresses were all different colors. Each one of them had a different color, and it was just my sister's. So
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
it
mine
was
was my sister-in-law, and then my best friend who is now my sister.
um, what was really funny, and really strange and very odd was I can't remember. It was sometime while I was in college. I went home and Mom and I were in the fabric store. I didn't even have a boyfriend. And I saw this fabric and I told Mom, I said, this is the fabric I want to make my wedding dress out of. And this is the fabric I want the girls' dresses to be made out of. So we bought patterns in every single size. Of course, it was a Vogue pattern, so it was pricey, right? Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
Uh huh. All right. So
But at
I
least
bought.
being a Vogue pattern, you know it's going to work.
This is this. Wait till I tell you what happened.
Oh no.
I bought from 4 to 22 because I have a sister that's considerably heavier than I am, but um, not a 22. But it, anyways, that's what I bought. I bought every size pattern, right? And I bought enough fabric to make the 22 for all of them, all the fabrics, because I have all these different colors of fabric. And Mom had them for years. And I'm living down here, and she sends them to me because Jeff and I have decided to get married. And I'm getting ready to make these dresses, and I decide to start on my sister Lisa's dress because she's about the closest to my size, and if it's a little big, then I know that that because they're all the same. They're all the same exact pattern,
Yeah.
right? It's like a sack. It's like a sack on Jeff's mother, who is 2 sizes bigger than me. It's like a sack. So I opened the smaller patterns, and guess what? Every last one of those patterns was exactly the same size. All of them, from 4 to 22, they're all exactly the same size. Now, this wasn't a difficult pattern. It was kind of like a fancy shirtwaist dress, right? It was very simple. That's what I wanted. The fabric was perfect for it. And I'm in tears. I'm crying. And I call my mother. And my mother doesn't hold back words at all. She said, "Oh, shut up and go fix it." She said, "You know how to fix it. Fix it."
She knew you had the skills you needed.
It's like,
Uh,
okay, yeah, Mom, I know. I can go fix it. All right, go fix it. So that's exactly what
so
I did.
funny.
I shut up and go fix it. Okay, I like this one now. I really do.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And I don't
That
like orange
very
with the
gypsy.
little what?
Gypsy.
Yeah, very uh-huh. I don't like orange, but I do like the orange with the teal together like that. it came out real pretty, and it's really long. I made
Yeah,
a
it is
glass bead that big once. Yeah, thanks, Bob. Yeah, that's
dirty too.
my. Hi, Sherry. Bohemian, yes, Melissa. Very boho. But I like the fabric under there. I like how it came out. I've made a total of four. Lisa's already up to six, and I've got four done. Oh well.
No, I've got 5 done, and I'm just barely starting another one.
Okay, well, all right,
I have
all
6.
right. So I have this funny little gray piece that was inside the other um inside the other pin. So we're going to use that because we're using all these little scrappy things. And I think we'll
Probably
use
gonna fix it
this
to try to glue that to stay in that spot, but that's what I'm doing anyway.
glue, what, the bead.
Yeah, because it was wanting to slide over.
Yeah, especially on some of where you clip it, it sometimes wants to woggle. Uh-huh.
Woggle. Yeah.
Woggle. Yeah. Okay. Um we're going to use this fabric, but this end of it is kind of pink and teal.
Ah, it's not gonna stick. This
Just
might be
to
one
make
time when a glue gun would be better.
Yeah, some once in a while, not very often,
Not
but
very often.
once in a while. Uh-huh. Okay. So, okay. That's kind of pretty. So we're going to have some tiny beads to go on that because that's going to be little. Okay. How about these little, yeah, okay. Lisa, you need to show Melissa
Sure
um,
what?
the first one that you don't like. Your first bee. Lisa doesn't like her first one. She says it looks like a fuzzy caterpillar.
That's what it looks like to me, a fuzzy caterpillar.
But I have convinced her there is a project that she is going to need that for, so she's prepared.
Yeah, I had forgotten about that we would need that. Of course, I thought we were gonna make one specifically for that project.
Probably are, but
Can add that one
mhm.
because it does
Yep.
qualify.
It qualifies. It definitely qualifies. Yep. Mhm. And
Hey,
Melissa says
Renee.
she thinks it's fun and it's very gypsy looking. Yeah, and that's just.
Hi, Sherry. I'm glad you're here.
Are you going to make a journal book called The Hungry Caterpillar? Was that the kids? Yes, The Hungry Caterpillar. Very hungry caterpillar. Uh-huh.
I have that book in a
I
giant
have it.
size. This would be a perfect size bead to go on it,
Uh-huh. I
but I'm
think
not
I have
planning to
that
make
book.
it into a journal.
I think I still have that book too. I won't guarantee it because I can't think where it might be, but I think it's in. I did not keep all of Brandon's books. You have to understand that my child is a book person. He just grew up that
Yeah,
way, and that's how he
I
is.
do. I understand.
Uh, oh yeah, you have two kids that way. So, um, I didn't keep them all, but I kept quite a few of his books, and they are in a box in the closet. But then I have books that are mine, and they are on a shelf in the other room. And I think the Hungry Caterpillar is on that in that batch. Uh-oh, Tanya, you're supposed to put that other piece on there before you put that on there. Duh.
I did kind of the same thing. I let the kids look through their children's books and keep what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because the books that that I read to them a million times when they were really small,
Mm-hmm.
they don't remember that like I do. So they didn't choose those books. So those are the ones I kept.
I was gonna say I Brandon did not choose, but I kept like the Cat in the Hat comes back. I don't know. I must have known that book by heart because he wanted that book like 5 times a day. I swear. And and of course, your kids are probably like he was, that he got past little kids books real quick. He wasn't but about 2.5 or so when he wanted a book that had more substance, and even though I was still reading to him, he wanted like chapter books, so we would read chapter books.
Yeah.
um, Around the World in 80 Days, and all those kinds of books were ones that we read. But he would still want Cat in the Hat comes back, not Cat in the Hat, but Cat in the Hat comes back. And I think it was the pink snow. I don't know if that was the reason, but
My hand's getting tired of holding this.
uh-oh. That's why I got out a Clippy.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. Let's see. Oh, dear,
Uh-oh.
dear. Oh,
Oh,
dear.
that didn't sound good.
Going to the floor. Ah. Okay, I think I
Hi,
saved it.
Barbara. You saved it? Okay. I'm glad it didn't go.
Yeah, me too, because that would have been bad. It was headed straight for the floor in the part of the room where I couldn't get underneath it. It-
Oh, dear. That would have been bad. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Not
no, that's not going to
good. Okay, so come here. Just twist around there. Oh, this one's going to be cute because it's going to have fuzzies on the top and the bottom.
work. That sounds good.
It's probably got way more fabric than it needs, but that's okay. I like it. And I don't think it's going to have any fibers because it's just too little and just cute. Okay. I think. I think. We'll see.
Okay, I think that can hold itself now until it can glue. And I think I'm going to use this on one of these little ones so I don't waste it.
There you go. Um, The Hungry Caterpillar was never one of Brandon's favorite books, but oh, there was another book that he just adored. It was called Curious Kitten. And we had Curious Kitten. We had multiple stories about Curious Kitten. Um, the Curious Little Kitten. And he just adored those books. And we were when on our trip to Alaska, we were in a campground one night, and this little kitten, and it was so sad, little kitten, and he just wanted that kitten so bad. But we were in Canada. There was no way we were going back and forth across the border with a cat. And I'm like, honey, I'm sorry. When we get home, we'll discuss it, but we cannot take this cat home with us because, it takes a lot to take an animal across the
So
border.
it's a Canadian cat. It would be really sad if it had to
It
leave.
had to come, had to leave Canada. Yeah. Well, and we hadn't gotten to Alaska yet, so we were going to be going into Alaska and out of Alaska and stuff like that. So I'm like, no, honey, I'm sorry. And I said, but when we get home, we'll see what we could do. And we got home, and he said, Mom, can we see about a kitten? And I said, we'll talk to Dad. And we talked to Dad, and Dad said, of course. I knew he would, but so we go and we get this. We go to the Humane Society and we get a kitten. And the man asked Brandon what he was going to name it. And of course, he named it Curious.
Of course.
Of
What else
course.
did you name it?
And then the poor child was so deathly ill, we couldn't keep the kitty cat.
Oh, yeah.
It made him so sick. He coughed and coughed and coughed and coughed. As soon as we took the cat out of the house, um, he would get better. And one night, I thought I was going to take him to the emergency room. He coughed so hard. And he had a lot of allergies problems then, and he's allergic to food, so that didn't help. So we found a family with children, which is what Brandon wanted for his kitty cat, and we gave the poor little kitty cat away, unfortunately. So when we moved to Nebraska, Brandon is now like 9 or so, and these feral cats were born in a empty garage across the road. And he's just in love with one of these kittens. And I'm like, oh my, Brandon, you don't. He said, yes, Mom, I remember they make me sick, but it doesn't make me cough when I'm around it now. And by then he had gotten a lot stronger. Okay, so I'm having issues with this piece this time. So we're going to have to wrap it a little differently. Um, so, anyways, we went ahead and let him have this kitty cat. And he named that one Sunny. And we had Sunny until, um, well, Jeff and I were living in the motorhome down here. And unfortunately, he was not feeling well, and he was getting sick, and things were failing. And when he couldn't get across the poor little camper to get a drink of water, it was
Yeah.
sad.
That's when you know it's best for him to go to kitty heaven.
Yep. So, and not only that, well, then he was not in the camper when we had the wreck, which I was really glad of that.
Oh, yes, that would have been devastating for a kitty to get thrown around like that.
Hmm. Yes, because he liked to ride just, wherever. Of course, he,
Right.
he he liked to ride in my lap. However, he was really Jeff. It was Brandon and Jeff's cat. He really liked them better than me. Ah, come on,
He's a
stay
little
where they.
one.
Oh, he's cute. See, you're avoiding the bling of the beads, and that the it, on the wire, and that is
Oh,
making them more what you like.
yeah, I did put, well, I like these little beads on there.
Uh-huh, but just not quite so many, and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
a little bit less foofly.
Yep, yep. I'm just not as bohemian as I would need to be to make a bunch of these. I'm probably closer to a Victorian lady than a
There
bohemian.
you go. Uh-huh. Okay.
Oh, it's already after 4 o'clock. Good grief.
Is it really?
Yep.
Oh,
We're not
okay.
getting very many beads made.
Well,
At
we
least
never
I'm
seem to get very much of anything made. Did you notice that?
I have noticed that. It's a little
Okay.
frustrating. Hi,
Yes, it
Christy.
is. Hi, Christine. There. Okay. This one is.
Oh, I love that one. That's beautiful.
It doesn't have any fiber on it, so but it was fluffy. The fabric was fluffy, so I thought
Yeah.
that was enough. And that was the thing out of the um. It was this piece right here.
Oh, yeah.
I took it out. Let's see. That those don't work so good. Come on. Okay. Come on. It was this piece right here.
Oh, uh-huh.
So now, if you don't have old pins to cut up, you just have to use your straws, which neither one of us have gotten into the straws, but I've got so many pins, I'm just, working with them.
Yeah. Well, I thought, I didn't have that many. I'll get these all done and then I can work with straws, but I'm going to have to go
Well,
to a straw next if I'm going to get any done with straws.
yeah, I'm probably not even going to bother with the straws because I've got all of these plastic thingies that we made pins out of, and I'd rather use them up first, and then the straws might have another use. You never know.
You never know.
Yeah. So, virtual hug. Thank you. Virtual hug right back to all of you.
Ditto.
Bohemian caterpillars. There you go. It is really interesting. If I had thought about this, I might have gotten out bigger wire cutters. Let's see. I think Jeff calls them dikes. They're much bigger. They're not really for jewelry. They're for stuff in the shop,
Yeah.
and they might have taken this pin cap thingy off easier. This plastic piece that we're breaking off. Although it comes off pretty good, it just splinters.
Ah, no.
Uh-oh. You
All
okay?
that work getting those glue on and I just ripped it off.
Uh-oh. I was thinking, oh, I had gotten other stuff out. I forgot to even try to use.
Like what?
um, I have some seam binding, some bias tape, some more seam binding. I mean, it doesn't take very much of anything, so
Oh, that's
I'm
true.
going to use this little fabric and this little lace for this one, though. Um, okay, where's my end? Lost my end.
Oh, maybe I want this instead.
Is that like a piece of shiny ribbon?
No, it's seam binding, but it's
Uh huh.
It's blues and greens. This is just a little strip of that pink. Um, and I was thinking I would put one or the other right here in the
Uh-huh.
center. Um, but I kind of like it like that.
That's cute. You know what? I like that without anything else. Will it stay? Can you maybe wrap a little piece of wire right in the middle so that it stays and not put it all up and down?
That's a good idea. I will try that. We'll make a kind of a big piece, so I mean, a thicker piece, so it looks like it's
Like it belongs?
yeah. That's probably too big, but
Oh boy, I really got a big piece of wire this time. We'll just definitely have to make a curly Q. Yep. Okay. Ouch. Oh, ow. Hurt my
you
wrist.
okay?
Yeah, I pinched my wrist funny, I guess. All of a sudden it's like got an attitude. Okay. Okay, we will just leave it up there out of the way until, see, I ended up with a big curly Q on that one.
Okay, so this is
Um,
what it ended up looking like.
oh yes, I love it. I love that. That is adorable.
Makes me happy.
Mm-hmm. I can see why. Okay.
Okay, I've got these 4 little thingies left. Probably won't get them all done. Nope. But
Probably not. No,
maybe one
probably
more.
not. Okay. Barbara says, I love those, Lisa. Maybe sometimes you have to make one you don't like to see the direction you want to go.
That's true. It definitely worked that way
Mm-hmm.
for me today.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well,
it's
and
funny because
I've made paper beads before, but not put the core like that. And I think that's what's problem with that is got, you know, wire and stuff wrapped around it, which I'm not sure I particularly like. And I'm sorry I interrupted you.
no, it's okay. I was just going to say that before we started this, I was thinking this is what I wanted to make. And then I thought, no, we said they were going to be boho, so I'm going to do a boho.
Oh,
And so
we're just going to
sometimes you just
make,
need to go ahead and admit that you don't really want to do the project the way it was intended, and you go on with what you want to do.
I was going to say, we just wanted to make some beads to use up our stuffs,
Yeah.
right? That should be the way we look at it. Not necessarily boho, but although mine are kind of boho. They're not real vintagey. I'll tell you what, it'll be a whole heck of a lot easier in here to make beads tonight than it was Sunday night. It was hot. And my sister said, "Well, I thought you had an air conditioner." I said, "I do, hon, but it's not in the window right now because in the wintertime we take it out so that, we the window seals better and all that kind of stuff." And I said, "Plus, if we're going to be gone, I don't want to make Jeff put it back in." This was too long of a piece of fabric. The piece of fabric was too long. So,
Oh,
yeah, there we go. Okay. Now then, I have this funny piece of lace, which is all wadded up into a mess. Okay. Oh, it's because it's sewed to something. Okay. Huh.
sorry. I'm sneezing up a storm.
Uh-oh. I have been, but then the the weather thing says that we are having pollen alerts. So
Well, I don't
I
see
didn't
how we
even drink.
possibly have pollen, but that's how it feels for sure. I didn't look to see
Yeah.
if it said anything.
Well, I get these little what do I want to call them? Alert triangle thingies on WeatherBug, and it has said that we are having pollen alerts. But the oak trees, especially this time of year, oak trees do it, and we have oaks and pines. I don't think the pine pollen is out just yet, but because that leaves yellow everywhere.
Yeah.
So, what you having for? Oh, you don't fix dinner at dinner. You had lunch. What did you have for lunch?
Oh, I had Chick-fil-A for lunch. I just grabbed it on my way home so I could eat and rush out here.
Aha. Okay.
I went and got my hair cut. That was way more
That's
important.
right. I forgot you got your hair cut.
Yeah.
Well, I have on my notes to uh charge up the clippers because I'm gonna cut my hair all short again.
Well, mine's very
So
short this
it's
time.
very short.
Yeah.
Okay.
I told her,
I
said
meant
last
to.
time I got it cut, I didn't get it. I got it less short, thinking that's what I wanted, and
And I didn't
now
like
I'm.
it.
Well, it just didn't. It didn't. It right now I don't want to go get my hair cut very often, and it just didn't last very long. And then it got
Well,
shaggy really quick.
uh-huh. Yep. Um, let's see. Last time I clippered mine has been at least 3 months ago.
Yeah. Well, it was.
U.S. largest Ocus and Tannis. Ooh, U.S. largest BEBB oak. I'm not sure exactly what kind of oak that is, but is in the town next to her.
Cool.
Barbara likes haircuts. She got hers on Saturday. I cut mom's a week or so ago. Um, she said that was the only thing she asked me for is to do her hair before I left town. That was the only thing she needed, which is not the only thing she needed. We're going to go do a big grocery shopping trip so that because she can't buy very many groceries at a time because it wears her out trying to get them in the house.
Yeah.
And
I
one day
understand that. My mom calls when she goes shopping. I usually do it for her, but when she goes, she calls and has Hannah and Ethan come take it in the house for her. She's
take
like,
it in
"I'm
the
done by
house.
the time I get home."
Yeah, mom got home one day and had overdone it. She had just done she had been out too much. She went to two stores and she just couldn't get in the house with the groceries. And luckily the next door neighbor was home and she called him and he took them in the house for her. He said you can call me anytime to come do that. And but the problem is just she doesn't know if he will be there when she gets home with her groceries. It's not like he stays home all the time.
Right.
So she can't rely on that. That's the problem um, with
Yeah.
having Frank help her with the groceries. So we're going to go fill up the freezer and have a nice big freezer full of groceries when before I go off. That
Well,
way she can just do little shopping trips.
yeah. Barbara, I don't mind getting my hair cut. What I don't like is the hour-long wait. And because of all the stuff they're doing for COVID and that so many people just quit because they couldn't make enough money, doing one haircut and 30 minutes of cleaning per hour, So, I mean, they really do spend a lot of time cleaning up, after each person. They've got it down. It's faster now, but I was literally there for an hour, and and I just don't like doing that. But it's just, my hair has never been that important to me. I'm not one of those people who always has to have the latest style and all that kind of stuff. I just want it um to look like I care a little bit. That's all
Well,
it is.
I'm going to tell you what. If they could do it any better than I can clipper it, then I might go. But the last time I got my hair cut, it was so lopsided that I had to go back twice, and then I was darn near bald because they had to cut it twice to get it even.
Yeah.
And okay, so
Well, they can definitely do it better than I can because I have cowlicks and I really, when I've tried, I mean, I used to when I was young, I cut it, but I had perms back then.
mhm.
And, a perm covers a multitude of sins when it comes to your hair. So
Well, and when you cut it with clippers really short like I do,
it does
it's
the
like
same thing.
yeah, it's the same thing. So, okay, I'm not sure I like this one, but it's kind of okay. It's kind of not.
What is
This,
the pink? Is that lace?
yeah, this is a fabric lace. It was this fabric, and then I put a piece of lace over the top. And
That's
I only
really
put the
pretty.
lace in the middle.
Yeah, I
Then
like
I
that.
put some beads around the top of the lace, but it's okay. It's just okay. That's how I feel about it. This is definitely my favorite, I think. Although the
Gorgeous.
first one, the first one I really, really like. So probably, these two I really like too. This is my, I don't know. This is growing on me.
I'm glad because it's pretty. I'm glad it's growing on you.
Mine was getting so long. It was really in my way. Well, I ordered new clippers um, when I realized that my clippers had disappeared in the wreck, and I can clipper cut it darn near as well as the people at this place clipper cut it, and so you know. The big thing is the back. And last time Jeffrey I took a piece of tape and laid it across the back of my neck, and Jeffrey cut cut my neck, and that's it worked, and that's all that matters. And so I'll just clipper cut it again, but I just want to do it before we go off because I just don't want it to hang out there. Okay, so I have this little tiny end piece, and I have not done anything with it. And I do have head pins, but that would mean going to get one. Pardon?
I thought I had some lace that I had avocado dyed.
Uh-huh.
And I do, but it's in a piece like this. It's not little lace.
Ah, okay.
Um, but I may take a strip of this. This is dyed with the butterfly PT, and you can only
And
tell that it's blue when it's next to this because it
went next to
doesn't look.
something else. Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I may do a little bit of it.
Oh, okay. Uh,
I like the idea of the lace and
I just figured there was so many things we could put on these that I just grabbed a handful of stuff and okay. I'm making a head pin because I was too lazy to go hunt my head pins. So I'm making a fancy head pin.
alrighty.
Okay. I'm wondering if Jeff has checked the pond lately. The ditch is definitely full with all that rain out there. And I don't think that either one of us have checked the pond to make sure that they're emptying it the way they're supposed to. Okay.
I hope they are.
I do too. I kind of want this thing. Um, but the theater is closed, so
Yeah.
it's hard telling whether or not they're.
Well, I
Although
think
our
our
theater,
theaters are probably fixing to open back up because the governor announced today that all our numbers were looking so good, he was going to just open everything up.
well, this theater may be opened back up, but likely is not. It's closed. I think it was just going out of business. It's changed hands since we first moved into,
Yeah.
but they don't take care of the pond, and then it causes issues and it overflows, and
Mm.
that's when we get water in places we're not supposed to have water. There we go. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is this and that, this, that, and this.
I don't think that'll work, but it's cute.
Oh, it is cute. What is it, a little bird? Yes,
Yeah,
it's a
it's
little
just a
bird.
little metal bird. I was wondering if I could bend it around
Uh-huh.
and glue it down.
That might be fun.
Well, let's give it a try. Let me see. I've got two different birds. Let's see if this one work better. No, I don't think so. All right, let's just see. It won't be the worst thing in the world if I ruin it. It's been sitting in that box for I don't know how long.
There you go. We're using our stuffs.
That's right.
Uh-huh. That's the plan. Use the stuffs. They got very, very quiet. I'm not sure they're still there. We're either that or we've made them go to sleep. We may have done that.
Are y'all asleep? Well, there we go.
Well, that's cute.
I haven't glued it yet, but
Well, but it's cute. I like it. I like it. That would be a perfect feed for the raven.
okay, I just need to go find me a copy of The Raven and turn it into a journal.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Although that's kind of an odd, that would be an odd stretch kind of thing for a journal. Well, not really, but okay. So that's a tiny little space, and I think that I used all the turquoisey beads. I need some turquoisey beads because the big beads are going to be too big.
Teresa says she's sleeping really well.
Oh, good. Ah, well, then
Glad we
then
could
we've
help.
done maybe our job. We we put them to sleep, and that How about these instead? Yeah, I
Melissa
like
says she's
those.
still here.
Okay.
Cindy made some hot cocoa. Barbara's
Okay.
still blind stitching that binding.
Ooh, that takes a
Okay,
while.
so there's that one.
That is adorable. I really like that one.
It's different.
Well, yeah, but different is good.
I think so, usually. Okay, I've got these three left. I'm thinking it
Okay.
might be fun to put them together with beads in between them.
Oh, that might be fun. Christine's just lurking, and that's fine. That's your job. Provide entertainment and comfort. Okay. I'm prepping an old magazine to make into a glue book. There you go. Mhm. Well, I'm glad that Teresa is sleeping real well because that means that she is comfortable and enjoying her time, and that's what
There you
matters.
go.
Okay, so what I am going to do is I'm going to put some beads on this piece of wire.
Yeah.
And we are going to do this entire tiny little bead with this fuzzy stuff. I'm just going to wrap it around there. That is, if it works. We'll see if it works. Because I don't know if it'll work. It'll be like having a grass skirt.
Mm.
Oh, it might be very cute. Hmm.
She says.
Hmm. Well, before I put the beads on, see, it looks like it has a grass skirt.
Yep, that's cute.
So now we will see if I can get the beads on there without losing my mind. Nope, that doesn't work. Got to just hold it.
Oh.
What's the matter?
I'm sorry. You said you gotta just hold it, and all I could think of is you gotta know when to hold them.
Okay, okay, okay. Did okay. Spirit sticks. Yes, I have, Barbara. I want to make some of those. Not that I would call them spirit sticks, but little little glued sticks that have fibers wrapped around them. And Jacqueline inhaled her dinner. Kay is here. Hello, Kay. And she had black rice. It cooked up like brown rice. Amazing. I use a rice mix that I really like a lot that's got black and red and brown and just a bunch of different kinds of rice in it. Really like it. Don't
Sounds
use it
very
all the time.
interesting.
Oh, it's really good. It's really good rice. I don't use it all the time, but when I do, it's really good. Um, okay, come on now, come down here. Okay, come on. I don't want you to stick up everywhere. You can't stick up everywhere. Let's just put it this way, Lisa. I'm not holding them very good. It didn't hold very well. It's just got an attitude, but that's okay. I'm
But
okay
it's
with it.
not time to fold them yet, huh?
No, I'm not gonna fold them. I'm going to continue on this particular journey and see if I can get one more wrap, and then I'll trim them. Is what I will do. I will just the ones I don't like, I'll just trim off because
Mm.
I have these funny things sticking out. See, right there. You see
Oh,
that
but
thing
it's
stick
cute.
out?
Yes, I love it.
Yes, but you want him to stick out right there?
No, I would take him off. But other than that,
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah, I like it except for that guy. He's just, you know, he had too much of an attitude, but it kind of looks like an itty bitty Christmas tree.
It does. It does. But it's adorable.
I like how it came out. It came out cute. It came out cute, cute, cute. But it does not look like it could go with this one. Okay. Oh, how long ago did you live in South Dakota? Jeffrey retired in February of 2016. It took us about till July to get the heck out of South Dakota because it took us 5 trips coming down here. So the late 2016 we were gone from there. I think it was 2017 when we went on our first trip and got in a wreck. So 2016, mid 2016, late 2016, something like that. Okay. Gee, thanks, Lucy. You got me dreaming about Kenny Rogers now. So, see, we put her to sleep and now she's having dreams. hmm So, I'm going back to this. I like this. I think we'll try some more of that. I think that's pretty. And that was the green fabric, actually. Um, we moved ourselves from South Dakota to here, so we had gotten a big. I have a big pickup truck that runs on vegetable oil, and we had extra vegetable oil, so we got a, what do you call that thing? Cargo trailer. We bought a cargo trailer because the, like, what do you call that place? Oh, the place that rents trailers, U-Haul. They wanted almost $1,000 for a run of 5 days with a little tiny trailer, and it takes a few days to load a trailer, and it takes a few days to drive down here, and it takes a few days to drive back. Of course, we could have left the trailer here, but for what it would have cost me, we bought our own trailer, and we were able to make less trips because it was a big cargo trailer. And then we sold the trailer once we were done. Did you go to the South Dakota Guild meetings at the crossroads? No, Kay, I did not. Are you from there? Hi, Dana. Welcome, welcome. Okay, Melissa, don't forget to call your dad. Um, I I wasn't. I was making beads and pretty much a hermit when we lived in South Dakota. Okay, I did not quilt. I didn't hardly sew. I didn't do much of anything except make beads. I was working 14 hours a day and probably 6 days a week. From South Dakota, but not Huron. And there last time we were last few weeks we were in or month or so, there was a new little quilt store in Huron. Um, I did the Brookings Art Show. Okay, I did the Brookings Art Show for many years. I did the Aberdeen Art in the Park, and then they had a Winterfest in Aberdeen that I would uh, be a vendor at. I was a vendor at several shows in Watertown. The street festival in, I can't remember what it's called, in Sioux Falls. I did the um, oh, it's in August or September, I think. September. There's a street festival in Sioux Falls, and I always did that one. Um, you live in Aberdeen now? Um, um, do you know Susie Enwinger? I cannot say her name. It's Enwinger, I think is how she pronounces it. Um, her husband was a lawyer. He passed away several years ago. Um, she doesn't live in Aberdeen anymore, but she is definitely um, a quilter. She does a lot of oh, what do I want to call it? Kind of new style quilting. What do I what is that called? Hmm, um, gosh, my brain cells have gone on vacation. Art quilting, but anyways. And Lisa, when you finish that one, we probably ought to get off of here pretty soon. When you finish your long, are you going to finish your long one?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to finish it on here. We can get off if you want to. I'm just going to wrap a little bit of copper around this one, and then I was going to work on that one. But
Okay. Well, we've got a few minutes, but I need to be off by about 5.
okay, well, whenever.
Modern. Thank you, Barbara. Modern quilting. Thank you, Kay and Barbara. Yes. Um, yes, Kay, she would have been gone from there by now. Um, I'm trying to think of other people I know from up there. Um, and my friend Cheryl has a new last name, so I can't tell you her last name. I don't even remember her last name um, from before she remarried. Um, but because I used to do the Art in the Park show up there, I used to know a lot of people up there. Don't know 'em as many now, but yes, modern quilting, that's what I was trying to think of. It's more art oriented. I used to do shows at the Crossroads every once in a while. For some reason, this says it needs a little fancy pile of beads at the top.
So there's that one.
Oh, that's precious. I love the little swirl on the Cheryl Olson. Thank you very much, Kay. Yes, Cheryl Olson. Um, she actually owns several pieces of my jewelry. Um, thank you so much for finding that name for me out of my brain that is gone. Um, she was a good customer when I was in Aberdeen, and she's plays with oh, that vinyl stuff. She does tumblers and all kinds of fun stuff. Her new husband does some amazing building pieces too. And I can't remember where she works, but she works I think for the city or for the state. I'm not sure. You own one piece of her quilt work? How fun! You're going to have to tell her I said, hey. I haven't talked to her in a long time. I see her posts and some of the fun things she's been doing on Facebook. That's where I see those things. Winterfest is the one we did that's in the winter time. I love how you put the beads in the middle of those two pieces. That's going to
I
be
thought
really
that would
cool.
be fun. I thought it looked fun.
Well, and I don't know that she does much quilting anymore, Kay. I wouldn't tell you whether she does or not because I haven't seen pieces that she's worked with lately. It's oh, I miss having my proper pliers. I really do. Hi, Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Okay, I know she used to work in an office in town. I cannot tell you what she did exactly. Okay. You know what? These pins are actually kind of cute all by themselves if they were because they're decorated already.
Yeah.
If I was desperate for something, I could leave it that way. I could. I don't want to, but I could leave it that way. Oh, that's going to be so pretty. You're going to just put wire around it, or you're going to
Well, I'm trying to decide. I think I want to wrap some beads in the wire on this one
uh-huh.
rather than adding different fibers.
Yeah.
I've got these.
Oh, that will be cute. Cindy, I don't make a lot of paper beads to sell. No. I make glass beads, but I don't sell on Etsy. I have a Etsy shop, but it has been pretty much ignored because Etsy has become a place that is not about um, it's not about handmade anymore, and because of that, I just uh, my shop has been empty for ages. Um,
I'm wondering if these are too big.
they do look kind of big on there, but then the big round ones are,
They're big. Yeah,
hmm
that's true. We're just gonna do it.
okay. Hi, Deborah. Yeah, Cindy, what I make and sell is glass beads. I am a lamp worker. I've been doing that for more than 20 years. Um, it's funny how fast 20 years can go.
Yeah, true.
Um, but I didn't realize we had been in South Dakota for 12. It's like, oh my gosh. Of course, like I said, I kind of hibernated in South Dakota. I in the winter time when I didn't have shows, I didn't leave the house. There was no reason for me to go anywhere. Jeff came right past the grocery store. He came right past the post office. Um, unless I had doctor's appointment or needed a haircut or something, and that's when I started cutting my own hair because I didn't like the haircuts I was getting. So, okay, this may end up being just. Uh, yep, time is going by way too fast. Most of the time, Cindy, I sell my glass beads through Facebook groups. I used to sell through a lot of different groups. I used to do a lot of shows on Facebook every month, but I've taken it down to where I only do 2 or 3 shows max a month because I, with everything else that is going on, I can't function to do all of that, and so I usually just do 2 or 3, and the big in-person shows that we used to do, most of them have become pretty slow or bad or have gone away. Bead and Button, which was an international show, is no longer. It doesn't exist anymore. So that's
Mm-mm.
that's a sad thing. Uh-oh, what happened?
I didn't make my bar long enough.
Uh-oh. Well, wrap it under there and cut another piece. You can do it. You can do it.
Can do it.
You can do it. I know you can.
Okay.
Okay. I'm glad. Okay, I kind of like this just by itself with nothing, no beads on it. It's kind of odd. Okay, come on now, go under there. There we go. Okay. Ouch, that poked me.
Uh-oh.
Well, I will have to fix that little angry piece of wire. Okay. That one's very plain, but I'm thinking that it might be fun to hang like a little. Oh, yes, I know I have a little flower bead or something on there. I'll have to show it to you Thursday because I'm gonna go and get a little flower bead and hang it on there. Um, because I think that will be cute. I might actually put more than one on there. But I will show you what I did. I didn't do very many. I did this very plain one. It's just plain, but like I said, I think I'm gonna put some little flowers on it. I did this one, which I really like. It's there we go. Come on, focus, light, focus. Um, it's got little buttons on the top and bottom. This is the first one I did, which I really like too. There we go. This one looks like a little Christmas tree, which I kind of think is cute. This is a big old long one. It's orange, which I don't normally like, but I like it. And this is a cute little fuzzy one.
I like them all. I think they're all
This one,
cute.
this one may be my least favorite. It's pink. It's maybe why. I don't
Yeah,
know. It's very vintagey and will work with avocado dyed paper, which would be nice. This one is paper and it's growing on me. So we're gonna get Lisa to show you hers. There's my little thing. Yes, thank you, Jacqueline. We really did like your thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you, Cindy. Thanks, Barbara.
Sorry, let me get this in the glue.
Oh, that's fine, hon. I like that double one that you did. That's really cute.
I loved your really long one, so I decided I would do something as close,
Uh-huh.
long.
Long, yeah.
That one.
That one is just gorgeous. They're very vintagey boho beads. Oh, that's pretty. Those are cute. I like the fact that we used all the parts and pieces of the pins.
I do too. I do too.
That's really cute. I like that you put the beads in the I just didn't get anything like big enough out to put the beads in the ends.
Yeah.
That works real well and it's real cute. And I just didn't get anything out like that. So I have to remember that next time. I love that white one with the tie around it. Those little tiny ones are adorable. And the bird one is fantastic. So
You want to talk about Thursday?
yes. Guys, on Thursday we are going to do a journal with some of our larger scrappy pieces in preparation to use some of our journal pantry stuff. So Lisa has a box of larger scraps. I had to get into the scraps I have gotten as far as like some scrapbooking papers and stuff that I've gotten at the thrift store and pound sales and things like that. Simply because most of what is in my scrap boxes right now are tiny pieces because I have used all the bigger pieces out of it. So I'm going to be using some scrapbooking paper, some I also am going to add in some coffee dyed paper and probably some avocado dyed papers. Lisa, do you have anything else to say on paper
Um,
wise?
no, I'm gonna add in some of my dyed papers too,
Yeah.
and we're just gonna use stuff out of our stash. Nothing that we bought specifically to make this journal. Just all the stuff we have is game.
Yes, right. And so we're going to make not a big, huge, giant journal is my plan. It's just a smaller journal. Um, I don't know if Lisa's planning on multiple signatures or not. I haven't actually got that far.
I haven't
Um,
either.
okay, so Thursday we're going to do that. We're going to make
We'll
this
find
journal
out on
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yes, we'll find out on Thursday. We're going to make a smaller journal Thursday that we are planning to add into our idea of putting some of our journal pantry stuff in it, just to show you how we're going to use that journal pantry stuff. The plan then is on our live streamathon 24-hour stream Monday and Tuesday of the following week of next week. We're going to not necessarily work on that, but part of the time we might be working on that,
Yeah,
because that will be probably my last live stream for a little bit. So we want to show you some of the ways we're going to use our journal pantry stuff. So that's kind of the plan. We're going to also play with whatever we want to play. Our guests have been told that they can play with whatever they want to play with. I've had several people ask me for specifics of what I want them to do, and we're going to play. That's if we go off in the wrong direction, it's the right direction. I have found that when I have company to play with, like when Jean comes to play with me, she will do something that sparks an idea, and I will head off in a totally complete different direction, and that's fun, and that's what we're planning for the streamathon. But we thought we better have some little project that we could throw in there when we get tired and can't think anymore.
yeah. And we might use some of that time to build some more of the things we've been building for our journal pantry, because none of us got, I mean, at least Tanya and I didn't get as many things of each one of those things done as we had thought we would.
No, I mean, look, my buttons. I wanted to make these little cardboard buttons, and I have two little packages because I already used up half of what I put in here.
Yeah.
So I didn't get. I wanted to punch tags, and this is as far as I got. That's all the tags I got punched. So, you know, when the delirium sets in, there you go, Jacqueline.
Yay!
And
Anne things already she wants to work on. That's great.
yes. And the other thing I might do on the streamathon is to finish a few things. I have several small projects that are floating around unfinished, and I'd like to get them off of my to-do list. So
Yeah.
I might do some of that.
I have a journal that I've got to make as that Darren wants to give as a birthday gift to one of his coworkers. And he doesn't ask me to do things like that very often. So when he asked me if I wouldn't, if I had a journal that he could give her, I said no, but I will make one for her. So if I don't get it going before that, I'll probably work on that some of the time.
Yeah, there we go. So that's our plan for Thursday and for the streamathon. And we need to go, guys, because I need to go and feed my husband in a little bit. And
Yep.
we will
This was
see you
fun though.
Thursday.
After that
Yeah,
first one, it got fun.
I was going to say, and I might even make some more of these because these are fun and they're cool. And I don't have anything like this, and I have a whole box that'll have to be filled up, And these fit in the box, and there's going to be tons of room in one of these boxes for more of this.
Yeah, I was going to say that was not nearly enough to fill up a box.
Yeah, now this is something I could possibly do going down the road too, though. So I might sing about taking some of that
Yeah,
stuff with me. Oh, Barbara asked me about taking stuff. I meant to tell Barbara I will be taking a sewing machine, just so y'all know. I have one that travels. So
cool.
I'll be taking mine. It's the itty bitty one. So I mean, it's the itty bitty baby one. So very old, but works great. So did you know the space between all buttons is the same? It's true. Space between all buttons. Anyways, guys, love you all. So glad you came to play with us, and I'm really glad that my phone didn't decide to overheat today. And
Yeah.
sorry about Sunday. I know what was happening. It was just so hot in here. It was just so hot. Okay, guys. See you Thursday, 2
Bye
o'clock,
bye.
Lisa's channel. Bye bye.